To the 50 the real estate mentor, we've been traveling through the 52 weeks for 26 weeks. Wealth principle 26 is a long principle. This one was combined with 2, and it goes like this. Study the businesses and people who are operating the way you want your business to operate. Hands to the camera if you are a business owner who would like to make more money this year, who would like to do less work while building more business, more income. Awesome. What are you thinking? Don't you know we're in the middle of a recession? Everybody's supposed to be broke right now. Everybody's supposed to be losing their shirts right now, but not us. Not us. In Alchemist Nation, we are focused on doubling our income and doubling our net worth and doing it with less work. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to watch people who are already doing it in your business, in your market, in your industry, and identifying what is it they're doing that is leveraging them. What is it they're doing that is moving them forward in the direction that you'd like to go to? Hands to the camera if you could think of one person you'd like to model or follow, somebody who's got a business that you would like to emulate. Awesome. So usually we do action steps. We do an exercise so you can implement this wealth principle each week, because each week there's another wealth principle. There are 52. We don't make them up again after this. After we go through the entire year, we start over. Even though there's a wealth principle every week, it is a systematic process to doubling your net worth, doubling your income. So what we're talking about this week must be implemented this week. Last week, wealth principle 25 was the power of outsourcing. We implemented outsourcing systems, outsourcing people, outsourcing ideas and strategies so that other things, people, time can do the work for us. Other people's money was another outsourced system that we leveraged. Hands to the camera if you've been here more than 1 year. This is not your first season. This is round 2 or round 3. Hands to the camera if this is more than your second year. And hands to the camera if you're in your 3rd year with us. This is your 3rd year running with the wealth principles. Give yourselves a round of applause. You may ask, why is it that people are here 2-3 years into this? Well, most of the people in year 3 are millionaires at this point, or very, very close. It takes 3 to 5 years to become a millionaire, and they are on this journey. Some of them are giving back and contributing. Some of them have become mentors. Some of them have become coaches. So this community is built in a powerful way so that not only are we gaining this great knowledge, but it gives us a way, by the way, teach what you want more of. It gives us a way to expand our own personal knowledge by being able to teach and pay it forward. And it puts a lot of good out into the universe. Who's heard the saying, if you want, you can get anything you want if you help enough people get what they want? Hands the camera if you've heard that. That's you're really lighting up the room now. Yes, it's Zig Ziglar, and he's right. But today we're going to talk about something super important. You got to help people who have what you want. Help them get what they want. If you want the things that you want. Hands the camera if you'd like more money. We said it earlier. That's what the 52 weeks of wealth is designed to do. So people who have more money have an ability to give you more money. People who have no money, and I'm talking about people with absolutely no money, they do not have the ability to hand you money. So when you say, I'm going to serve the poor, you had better be a doctor because you can use insurance, or you better be a college because you can use Fannie Mae to give them loans. And it's if that makes sense. If you're looking to get rich, serving the poor is not how you do it. If you're looking to get rich in spirit, serving the poor is how you do that. Does that make sense? Hands to the camera for getting it. All right. A lot of different ways to do it, which is why Alchemist Nation, we do serve the poor. Our courses cost absolutely nothing. They are free for somebody to go on and get access to the knowledge. In our mentorship, we charge $1,000. In our masterminds, it's $5,000. In our mastery program, it's $25,000. Those are for people who are leveling up. Does that make sense? Right? In your business, you're going to have different levels. Do make sure that you have something where you're giving back. Absolutely. Have a charity. Have something where you're doing something for free. I know a lot of restaurants will feed the homeless with food that they had left over. Do something in your business to make sure you're paying it forward and giving it back. And let me see, was there one thing that I forgot to mention? I said recession. I said we're recession proof. There's a recession proof challenge that starts on Monday. So epic, be there. Let me share my slideshow from the beginning.
Are you live on TikTok?
Oh my God. Let's give Doreen a round of applause. Doreen, can you share what the challenge is, how the recession proof challenge works, and when we start so that I can go live on TikTok and Instagram? Let's give Doreen a big round of applause. She is the Russian princess for a reason. Saves me.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, it's a recession proof challenge. I'm sure Walter will share a screen later on. Many of you are already in. It's a 30-day starting on August 1st. It's a recession-proof challenge. It's a challenge, so that means we are going in live daily together, tackling some projects and tasks and activities to get you recession-proof by building your network. 100 people that you can surround yourself with and do business with, and loan the money, work together, and then you can also learn how to invest and what are the assets are recession-proof assets, right? What are they? And on top of everything, you get 2 tickets to the summit. So that's no-brainer to me. And Walter will share the screen when it's ready, but that's like, it's almost there. Every single person on this call must be joining because we are only rising to the top together, and we can absolutely crush it and get strong in this recession and do it together. And we're a community. I'm so excited. Yes, so like I take over because
Let's give Doreen a round of applause. Can you believe she was ever scared of public speaking at some point? She does absolutely amazing on the camera.
I'm still okay, but thank you.
All right, going live on Instagram, live on Facebook, live on TikTok, and let's share the screen right now. This is Wealth Principle 26, the study the businesses and people who are operating the way you want your business to operate. There are 7, but before we get into the 7, there are 4 reasons why you should be studying your competition. And those 4 reasons are now on your screen. Let me know if you see them. The first is competitive research. Let me see. Your competitive research guides gives you better understanding of customer expectations. So who here thinks that their customers love them no matter what they do? Is anybody in that kind of delusion? I mean, I kind of do. Sometimes I think like no matter what I do, Alchemist Nation's like, cool, he made more money. It's okay if he went and did, now I have a CRM. We have Alchemist Connect. Does it seem like it's in line with what we're doing? Not until you realize everybody needs a CRM. Hands can if you have a CRM or some way to manage your database. Excellent. Hands can if you know you need one and you really wish you had set one up by now and it was already automatically following up with people. So there's reasons that we do things, but make sure that the things you're doing are reaching your customers' expectations. When I'm building my business and when you're building your business, I'm focused on building millionaires, 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. Who's heard this before? You guys clear on what I do and why I do it? Excellent. So are your customers' goals what you're seeking to do? See, my customers' goals, which is every one of you on this call, wants to be a millionaire or more, wants to be a millionaire or multimillionaire. Hands camera if that's true. I just poll in the room. Yes. I get more response from that one question than any other question that I'll ask. It's because your mission is my mission, right? I ask, what are you looking for? Well, I'd like to be financially free. I would like to be able to quit my job. I'd like to make $10,000 passive income per month. I would like to be a millionaire. I'd like to be an accredited investor and get access to deals that nobody else gets access to so I can make even more money. And so I leveled that up and I said, if you were a millionaire, you'd have all of those. Hands camera if that's true. Millionaires already know. You could do all of it. Excellent. So the next one, this is 4 reasons why you should be studying your competition. The next one is your competitor research gives you a better insight about your flaws, not your client's flaws. By the way, the client is perfect. There is nothing ever wrong with the client. You've heard the customer is always right. They may not be right about the system, but they're right about how they feel about what's going on. So your customer is always right. And this research allows you to recognize your flaws. When we were doing something with Alchemist Nation a while back, we were doing one of our events, and the event was called Mission to Millions, and we were all in this house together. But the event cost $3,000 for the individual to go to, and Mike's got the shirt, Mission to Millions, hell yeah! And that event cost people too much money to get to. We did have an amazing group, and we recognized we had a really powerful group. There was 18 of us there, but we missed a lot of our community by not making it affordable enough for them to get there. Hands to the camera if you recognize that can be a flaw. That can be a mistake in your business. So we've actually, not just because of the recession, but because we've been getting data and feedback, we've reduced the price of Generator Business Bootcamp, which was also a $3,000 product and program. And we moved it from Orlando, where I like to be. I like to do deals. I'm building my community down here. We moved it back to where the main community is in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, right? So that more people get access to it. And we also made the price $250 so that anybody, this is not just for you to come. This is so you can bring somebody. This is so you can tell somebody about another business owner, another entrepreneur, and bring them in. Otherwise, if you try to tell somebody, hey, come to this event with me, and they look at the price and it's $3,000, they had better be sleeping with you. That's the only thing I can say. So we had to make a change. Does that make sense? We get it. Something had to be done so that the barrier to entry is much, much smaller. In fact, when I was starting out as a real estate agent, one of my brokers, she told me, she said, you have to take your clients to bed. And I think that was because the barrier to entry was so big the way we used to operate as real estate agents. Now the way I operate, it's so easy to work with us because, well, if you don't have the money, don't worry. You could do seller financing. You could do subject to existing mortgages. You could do a little creative financing. We can get a cosigner. We could do private money. But there's a lot of different ways we can get you into the loan or into the house. Before, all they gave me was if they're pre-approved, that's it. So you had to build such a deep, deep, deep relationship for somebody to close with you. For me, I just identified all the flaws and I said, well, people want to buy. Let's not make money an issue. Answer camera if that's a good way to think in your business as well. Awesome. One more reason to study your competitors. By the way, there is no competition. We're just using that word as a tool. Competitor research allows you to improve your USP. If you don't know what a USP is, it stands for unique selling proposition. This is also known as your elevator pitch, or as I refer to it, your 60-30 seconds. Your sexy 30 seconds. So you get into a conversation. People ask me, what do I do? I say, I build millionaires. They say, what the heck does that mean? I say, well, I teach or I invest with people who have potential to become a millionaire. And now that opens up their mind and says, well, do I have potential? I say, yes, you can go to yourmillionairepath.com and take the 6 questions. Take the quiz. If it works out, you get a report. Either way, you're going to identify how soon you'll be a millionaire. And I get notified of that report and I can reach out to you if I so choose, if I see you're on the path. Hands to the camera if that makes sense. It's a quick statement. I could have just said, I build millionaires. I'd be like, oh, and they would have walked away, right? Qualifier. In fact, I was in an airport. Woman saw this shirt on. She said, 100 millionaires. What's that mean? I was like, well, all my friends are millionaires. So I said, I build millionaires. She's like, what do you do? I said, I build millionaires. And she's like, oh, okay. And she walked right away because it was whatever that brought up for her was uncomfortable. And for the right person, it brings them in. So your USP should be polarizing. And your competitors probably have a USP, right? Look at Nike, not my competitor. I have no competitors, but I do have people I can study from. Look at Grant Cardone. His USP is you're going to 10x your life, right? 10x. That's a pretty powerful USP. When we built the 100 millionaires, we said, hey, we need a number in that, right? There needs to be some sort of number because numbers are really sexy. Without Grant saying 10x, I don't think it would have. I would have just been I build millionaires instead of 100 millionaires. Hands to camera if you see the way you can leverage your competitors. You can learn from them. Awesome. I see Greg's got the shirt on too, man. 100 Millionaire Summit coming up October 21st. Hell yeah. Next up, this is the 4th reason you should be studying your competition. You can learn from the success and failures of your competitors. Who's seen one of their competitors do an epic fail? Epic, like, whoa, I can't believe you actually did that out in public. Anybody seen one of their competitors make an epic fail? I have. Oh my God, I have. I've watched real estate investors go belly up. I've seen real estate investors overdo their renovations, pay too much for properties. I've seen realtors market things to the wrong market. I've seen coaches. I've seen coaches say the wrong thing on stage to kill a sale or kill somebody from moving forward just because in the moment something wasn't right. Hands to the camera if you can learn a lot from the failures and successes of your competition. Absolutely. I love watching people speak. I go to other people's webinars. I go through their funnels. I go and I see their online programs. When I see a competitor I think is doing really well, I'll jump into their funnel. We call this funnel hacking, right? Russell Brunson coined the phrase. I'll jump into their funnel and I'll just see where does this lead? Where does this go? What's next? And the reason I do that is because they might have something I want. In fact, here's something you should do right now. Actionable step. Go to any one of your competitors' websites. Click on the thing that says get information, put in your information and submit. And very soon you're going to start getting emails and maybe even texts. If they're sophisticated, they're going to be sending you texts, and it's a lot smarter. But you're going to be getting emails and texts from them from now on. You should copy those. They could be useful for you to send to your clients. Does that make sense? We're grasping this. Real estate investors, jump into somebody's real estate funnel, especially if they're a player in your market. I bet you their value add email is 10 times better than what you got right now, which, by the way, is probably nothing. Hence, Karen, if you're not sending out a value add email. Yeah, most people don't send something out, and that is the problem. Awesome. Are we getting value out of this so far? We're having some fun? Excellent. We're going to dive into the 7 steps to understanding how your business, how to model other people's businesses. How to, not why, but how to. Answer Karen if you know it's who, not how, right? We're about to go who all over this. Excellent. Share screen. We're going back in. So 7 steps to understanding your competitors. Step 1, speak to your customers. You must speak to them. If you're not communicating to your people, to the people you serve or you seek to serve, you're going to miss out on what's going on in their world. Who here has had a conversation with myself or one of my Millionaire Path consultants in the last 60 days? Answer Cam if you've had a conversation with me, Amy, Darina, Derek. Awesome. Excellent. That is a way for me to stay. Are we relevant? Are we still working? Are we still getting things going? Next, speak to your suppliers. Speak to your suppliers. So for me in this business, my suppliers are other coaches, influencers, speakers, people who have programs that we could work together on our programs. For real estate investors, your suppliers are your sellers. It's the people who provide the homes. It could be real estate agents. It could be wholesalers. So be speaking to those people who are giving you that, who have the access to the insight. Speak to your competitors. I hang out with coaches. Man, isn't that insane? Why would you hang out with people who would never pay you any money? Because they got a lot of ideas. They're smart people. They're in different markets. I hang out with real estate investors. But when I first started teaching real estate investing, my mentor said, "Why are you teaching the competition?" He said, "This is insane. You're teaching these other people to compete with you." And I remember laughing. I'm very calm when I talk to my mentor and when I talk to people who are way above me. And I just, smile and I said, "I can see that." Very Dale Carnegie, right? Allow them to keep face. And I said, the other side of it is, well, I see every person I train as my replacement because I don't intend to do anything that I'm doing forever. I only learn, I do, and then I delegate or teach or automate or pass on to somebody else. So everything I'm doing is temporary. At some point, I'd like somebody to take my position in any role that you ever see me playing. And he said, I never thought of it that way. Very interesting way to look at it. It was the same when I was training real estate agents, right? I wasn't looking to build my competition. I didn't care. In fact, every real estate agent I ever trained has now worked for somebody else after I trained them. And most of them are top agents in their markets because of the training they received from me in those times. I don't operate as a real estate agent, so I'm not competing with them, but they do send me referrals because I still have my license. Does that make sense? So speak to your competitors. There's no shame in it. Next, go to industry seminars and conferences and expos. One of my favorite. This has been one of my high leverage tools. I traveled 2017, 18, 19. I had a big plan, but 19 fell apart. But 2017 and 18, I traveled the entire country, all over, almost every state I jumped into. Any time there was a big convention, a big seminar, a big expo, the more people in the room, the more likely I was going to be there because I was learning from the best in the industry. I wanted to be a speaker, so I was learning from speakers. I wanted to be a better real estate investor, so I was learning from real estate investors. I wanted to be a better digital marketer, so I was learning from digital marketers. I wanted to be a better salesperson, so I went into the salespeople trainings. And guess what? Every room that I was in was my competition. Everybody who wanted to do what I was doing better than they were doing that day. So I was learning from them. I was gaining relationships. And as I've continued to grow my business, some of those people have become partners. Some of them become strategic partners. Some of them become allies, referral partners. Hands count for catching this. We can do this. Yes? Excellent. Next, conduct online research. In this day and age, you don't have an excuse not to have answers. All you have is opportunity to grab something. Go and find out what's happening. Go and find out what your customers want. Go and find out what your competitors are doing that is freaking awesome. Last one, check social media. Come on. Actually, we got one more. Check social media, right? What are they doing, right? Who here knows that they should be more active on their social media? Anybody? Am I the only one who's, sometimes feels guilty that I didn't make a post? Excellent. So if we know we should be active, who's done a bomb post, a post that has just gone absolutely nowhere, put a video out or put a message out and it went nowhere, like nobody saw it, right? And me too. Like I do a lot of those and you don't see them. So like if you watch, by the way, if you watch my social media, which follow me, go check any one of them. I am copying things that I've seen other people do. I've seen them do it very well, and I'm taking that and I'm taking ownership of it and I'm putting it out there. I put my twist on. I put my special. It's my sauce. It's Alchemist Nation. It's building millionaires. I put my own thing on it, but I'm using what's worked for other people because the chances are, if it worked for somebody else, it'll work for me. And I think I said this to Jen Sullivan yesterday or the day before. She and I were talking about the best artists, or is it a good artist copy? The best artists steal. Great artists steal. And so I love. By the way, in school when you were growing up, I'm taking that off screen for a second. I'm gonna rant for a minute. You were raised not to cheat. You were raised not to steal. You were raised to be unique and special in everything that you do. What I will tell you is people don't like unique or special or people who do things new. They like, what they love, what they've seen before, and they want it again. Don't change your model, please. Right? I go to listen to a band live. That band had better hit every freaking note they hit on the recorded album. Right? And when I listen to that recorded album, it better sound like exactly what they showed me in the first place on the radio. They better say it. That when I come to your business, I'm expecting it to be exactly like it was last time. When I come to the conversation with you, and I know each one of you personally. So when I have a high five with you or I'm having a conversation with you, I expect you to be the same person you were last time. Right? Now, obviously, if how you're thinking, how you're operating has changed, I expect that too. We're Alchemist Nation. We're designed to grow. Each one of us is moving up and leveling up. And if you have new friends, new relationships, I expect that too. Because get rid of those broke friends, right? We're encouraging you to move forward and grab the right people around you. Forget those people who want to bring you down. I expect you to have eliminated a few people by the time I see you next time. Hence, again, if that makes sense, we have standards for ourselves. People can change. They're allowed to, but not everybody will. And we expect that too. So last one. Watch who your competitors hire. Watch who they choose to be in their company, in their community. I know that when other coaches, speakers, trainers come into Alchemist Nation, you see them on the 52 weeks, they're looking around saying, damn, every one of these people is doing things morally, ethically, legally. Every one of these people's got their cameras on. What is, like, why do I play Zooms and nobody's got their cameras on? Every one of these people, like when he puts his hand up to the camera, their hands are going up to the camera, right? Look at their shirts, right? They're wearing Mission to Millions. They're wearing 100 Millionaires. Yeah, wearing names on deeds, right? There's shirts that are brand centric to what this community does that they are wearing. Man, when other coaches come in here, they're learning. They're seeing how to build their communities on a better level. Hence, Karen, if it's okay that we're showing other people how to operate better, how to teach more people, how to build more millionaires. Awesome. I love this. This is one of my favorite lessons because it's what I do every day. I'm always I'm addicted to studying people who are doing things really well. And one thing that I've seen be done really well is these challenges. And I've seen challenges change people's lives. I've joined challenges. In fact, who's ever heard of the 75 Hard Challenge? Ever heard of 75 Hard? Man, Dorina, when we first started dating, was doing 75 Hard. This could be why we started dating, right? It involves reading a book 10 minutes a day. It involves going to the gym for 45 minutes. It involves eating clean. There's a lot of really mind-centered things. It involves meditation. So she was for 75 days really just sharpening the axe, sharpening the saw, getting herself into this state where she could level herself up, get to the next level. Because it was a challenge, because she knew other people were doing it with her. Who knows that online courses aren't always effective, especially the richer you get. The more money you make, the less you want to do an online course. Is that true? Like just record it online, like, hey, watch the video at your own leisure. The more money you make, the more you want to be involved with other people. The more relationships are important to you. The more you want to be around a group. You want to be around a room because all the money you want is in the hands of other people. All the things you want are in the hands of other people. So as you level up in life, you start looking at people. When you're broke, you're like, I don't want to spend any time with any people. Right? Like I remember being broke. Like I was hiding away from everybody. Broke people are selfish. Broke people are lonely, and broke people deserve absolutely nothing because they haven't put enough into other people's lives to get anything. And so, Kara, if you've been guilty of that at some point, being a little selfish, being a little reclusive, yeah, hey, we all get there. Every time before I jump on a call, not this call, I love the 52 weeks, but some of the other calls that I have to do, get to do to serve. Anytime I jump on a podcast or a call right before, I think, I don't want to do it. Yeah, I would really rather just read a book right now or talk to somebody in the community right now, or maybe relax, maybe just watch, Avengers on Netflix again, for the third time. There's a lot of things that I could do that would be fun, but every time I show up, I serve more money flows in, more people flow in. And by the way, the best currency I can give you as a community is more people, more relationships, more opportunities with high net worth individuals, with people who have access to deals. And so I know that. So I'm aware of it. This challenge that we've built is designed to give you 100 key relationships for the following things. Who here is looking to raise more capital this year, wants to buy a deal? It could use $100,000, $1 million, $2 million. Hence, Karen, if you could use extra money for your deals. Excellent. So then for you, the recession-proof challenge is focused on 100 private lenders, people who can hand you money with either promissory notes or second mortgages on a property, or they could carry a full note on your mortgage. So 100 relationships who have the potential, who have the net worth. We're talking accredited investors. Hands to the camera, that same group, hands to the camera if you would like 100 accredited investors in your network, if that would potentially be a game changer. Awesome. Excellent. So for our raising private capital group in the recession-proof challenge, that's what we'll be focusing on. In fact, I'll be doing that one myself. Then there's the group of I need more deals. Who doesn't care about the money right now? They just want more properties in their pocket because they could raise the money with properties. Excellent. So we're going to be building 100 relationships that will send you deals. We're talking about an unlimited deal flow that you're going to have to get somebody else to manage your email box because so many deals will be flowing to you. 100 relationships sending you deals in your market, in your buy box. And so, Karen, if that's something you'd be liking, you'd be like, yeah, send me. Yes. 30-day challenge. Hands to the camera if you want more clients paying you for your services. Hands to the camera if you have a service, you'd like more clients paying you for your service. Awesome. Excellent. And I'm not talking like normal clients. I'm talking ideal clients, like your hyper buyers, the ones who buy all the things that you got to sell. Awesome. This is the one. And by the way, in this challenge, you're going to see a lot of millionaires in the challenge with you. You're going to see a lot of coaches in the challenge with you. You're going to see people who speak on stage in the challenge with you, because I've been saying that to them. I've been saying who wants more students, and they've been, yep, sign me up. 30-day challenge, because they know the answers. They know how to do it. They want the community around them. They want other people in it with them to do the things that they don't like to do. This is, by the way, like Terry said earlier, these are organizational tasks. These are routines. These are systems that we're going to implement that over 30 days are going to put those people into your database. I'm going to teach you how to build automated follow-ups, and I'm going to build them with you. We're talking one-on, well, not one-on-one, one-on group. I will be there building with you these workflows, these landing pages, and these this database. We're going to use Alchemist Connect because, well, it's got all the tools that it needs in order to build a follow-up that automatically brings people through. And this recession-proof challenge starts, by the way, the key to being recession-proof, 100 people who will pay you what you ask for. 100 people who you can raise capital from, or 100 people who can bring you the deals that you're looking for. Try any other person who's like, oh, landlording is recession-proof. Not if you're over leveraged. It's not if you bought wrong. Flipping is recession-proof. Not in a down market. Well, you could if you buy cheap enough and you get cheap enough labor, you could potentially. Some people will do well in flipping. Real estate agents, recession-proof. Not if you don't know how to shift with the market. Not if you're not serving investors. If you're just working with retail buyers, real estate agents, they're going to be a lot losing. You're going to watch. In fact, in the next 90 days, you're going to see a lot of real estate agents never do a transaction again. Of course, you won't know until a year or two from now. But in the next 90 days, you're going to see a lot of realtors. Well, you won't see them, but they'll be handing out over their licenses, giving them up, just saying, I'm not renewing it. No point. And Scarif, this is a cyclical thing. Happens in recessions. Realtors stop. They give up. We're going to build a community that is recession proof by building a community around each one of you. Imagine 100 people who love you, like you, trust you, and want to do deals with you. That's what the recession proof challenge is. And it's 30 days. I will be there with you every single day. It's a commitment from me. And for you, you may say, I don't know if I have that time. I don't have that time. I am making that time for you. I don't want to do it. The worst thing in my life is to add something that is consistent for 30 days. But I am doing it for you because I know it's the right thing to do to make this community recession proof and to show our leaders in the community how to build community, to show the mentors and the coaches who are watching us, all of our competitors who are watching us, show them how to do it the right way, how to be ethical in their dealings. You know how many coaches, when I say build 100 millionaires, like their heart, it gets on fire. They're like, oh my God, I never considered doing that. I know I've done it. I know I've helped a lot of people, but this makes it tangible. This is something that is real. So powerful to have this conversation with somebody who's been building millionaires, like, on the back end. But then there are people who I ask, hey, have you tracked your success of your students? No, I don't actually know how many millionaires I've built. I know there's a lot and they seem to be okay with that, but I'm not okay with it. I feel like you have to know. And so we've created a way in Alchemist Nation now where if you're a millionaire, just shoot me a text and ask me for the millionaire checkbox. Millionaire verification. You can now get an Alchemist Nation, be verified as a millionaire. Hand scanner, if that's cool. You can go on AN and know the only person who can verify is me. There is a true barrier to entry. You have to send me information so that I know for sure. And if you're somebody I've already verified, just shoot me a text and I'll make sure we get updated. So the challenge starts on the 1st. This challenge starts August 1st. We're getting ramped up to go. It is designed so you're going to be putting in 100 people into your network. It is challenge@alchemistnation.com. Register now. Don't wait, register now. Just go click register because it will help me feel more inspired about teaching it. If I know I'm going in there and there's only 40 or 50 people, I'm going to be a little disappointed that you didn't go invite somebody. Hands to camera if you know that's probably true. I'm going to wish that. So probably next week after you're in the challenge, I'm going to give you an affiliate link so you can do what Amy did. Amy made $1,000 just bringing people into the challenge. Hands to camera if you'd like to make an extra $1,000 just for bringing people, entrepreneurs, business owners, real estate investors, agents, wholesalers, people you want to see do well. Don't bring your enemies into the challenge. Bring people you like. Bring people you want to see do well, you want to hang with. And this is how she did it. She said, I'm doing this 30-day challenge. I'm going to do this recession-proof challenge. Are you interested in joining me? We're doing it. We're starting a challenge. I would never have done this Tough Mudder stuff, this Rugged Maniac stuff, this Spartan Race stuff, if it wasn't for my brother texting me, like, dude, I'm doing it. You coming in? If he didn't say I'm doing it, I wouldn't have done it. Right? So your success, you're accepting this challenge and doing this challenge will ignite and light other people to finally get on track with their business, with their lives. We're going to build them systems. We're going to build them tools. And there's also going to be a competition for whoever makes the most, whoever invites the most people in. Here's one of the guarantees I give you. Join the challenge. I'll make you that $97 back in, by the 30 days. You'll have that money back. All you have to do is become an affiliate and bring one person in. And I don't take any of the money from the challenge. I give that all back to everybody who's brought it in. The reason I do that is because I've listened to the competitors. Right? I've done everything in this wealth principle. I've listened to competitors. I listened to my customers. I listened to the clients. I listen to the influencers. I go on social media. I see what other people are doing. And I recognize that sometimes you have to make it so juicy, so crazy, so exciting. And you do have to deliver on something so appealing that a person would be crazy, insane, unrealistic not to jump in on it. Recession proof is the people you spend your time with. It's not the asset class. It's not the business. It's how you show up and who you show up with. And this recession proof challenge is going to give you an army, 100 people. Hands scanner if you know you can take over anything with 100 people. 100 people dedicated. This is more than a mastermind. This is like a hyper mastermind. This is a network of power. Now, I'd have set it up in such a way that it can, you can actually bring in 120 people if you're really ambitious and if you're already set up. But most people will not be as set up. There are a few of you. I'm looking at, I know most of my millionaires are already set up to do this. But there is an opportunity for it to be actually 120 people. Answer Karen, if more people's more better. It's all right, no problems. All right, cool. Michael Shine, every week, you and I, we have this little conversation about something powerful, a tool, a resource, so game-changing. There are 52 weeks in a year. There are 52 wealth principles. And we've also associated one powerful book that wraps all of those principles together into the context of its pages. We call that the book of the week. And Mike Shine, you are the holistic attorney, the closer, the keeper of the books. Let's give Mike Shine a big round of applause. What is this week's book of the week?
Yay. So this is an exciting week because we have the author in residence right here. This is Quit Taking Your Own Bad Advice by Dr. Terry Wager and Christine McGinley. And geez, it's a little intimidating to do a review while he's on the thing. So I'm going to let Terry talk. But before I do that, I just want to say this book is about, my takeaway is about sabotage, how you sabotage yourself from getting to the levels that we all want to get to. It's about momentum, and it's like it says, we have a faulty filter system inside us, okay? And we listen to it every day. And the irony is that we listen to it even when we know that it makes bad decisions sometimes. So this book is really great at pointing out that you need to get good coaches and go to like Terry's event in August, especially since it's in Providence, Rhode Island, right near all of us. But so that you stop taking your own advice and you take the advice of people who've been there, who've coached, who know what they're doing. And it's a great book. It's not that long, so you can bang through it. Quit Taking Your Own Bad Advice by the Dr. Terry Wager. Yeah.
Give Dr. Terry Wager a round of applause. Terry, share with us the inspiration behind the book. How'd you get here?
The inspiration behind the book is me listening to my own bad advice. I mean, I listened to bad advice for years, telling myself to buy things that I didn't need, and I still do that. Telling myself to follow things that don't work, but this time it'll work. And so one of the things that I know is I'm not the only person that does this stuff. We all do it, don't we? We all have these great ideas that make sense when we're thinking them, but when we take action on them, they don't work out the way we thought. And so we need to be able to look at ourselves and realize that, mindset is only half the equation. I'm going to be talking about this at the boot camp quite a bit, because a lot of times we focus on trying to build our mind and we try to really get our mind straight, but our emotions make our decisions. Every decision we make is an emotional decision. And so when we realize that our filter is clogged, our filter is broken, we have to really pay attention to the fact that we're always going to go towards that bad advice that gets us out of our pain. When we can realize that our filter is doing that, we don't have to take action the way we take action before. We can get suggestions from other people. We can get other people's perspectives. And if you've read my book, page 55 has a simple question in it that really helps you to see where your filter is doing what it does. And so I suggest strongly, get in the book. It's on Amazon. And I think everybody here has a link to it. It's very simple to read, like Mike said. And Mike, you did a great review of the book. I really appreciate what you said.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It came from my 20 years of working with people with severely emotional disorders and things like that, as well as business owners who just are so focused on trying to get where they want to go that they forget where they're making their mistakes, or they miss their mistakes, because we all have blind spots. And what this book is really talking about is realizing that the filter creates blind spots. And the biggest blind spot that we have is that we don't think we're in a blind spot. And so when we can step back and go, wait a minute, where am I wrong? How am I making a mistake? and really tap into the brilliance of others, we start to actually have success that we're looking for.
Let's give Dr. Terry Wager a round of applause. The longer you tolerate what is not for you, the longer you postpone what is. Hands to the camera if you recognize that as truth. You deserve the life that you want. You deserve the family you want, the people around you that you want. When I started building wealth back in 2015, when I went through the divorce and I started from nothing and had to come back, I recognized something called, I call it lifestyle architecture. And I tried to buy the domain. Somebody's already got it. But lifestyle architecture was, I can choose the people I spend my time with. I can choose new people based on new criteria. Are they in shape? Do they have great relationships with their spouses? Do they have great relationships with their kids? Are they thinking in a way that's normally positive? Are they financially successful? Are they in a business that I want to be in? Look at the people I hang out with. Look at the 72 people on this call right now. Some of you are new, but if you look at the people who have their cameras on, these are the people I chose to hang out with. These are the people I look up to as, hey, if I'm in town, I'm going to spend time with you, right? Like I'm going to be at Generator Bootcamp next week. I believe it's next week. Yeah. So I'll be hanging out with every one of the people who are on this call who has been able to either fly in or is already in Rhode Island. That is a decision that took 7 years to manifest because I took a little bit of time with it. Hence, Cam, if you've taken a little time with your manifestations and you know you could speed things up, this 30-day challenge is going to speed things up. You're going to get into high gear. So just be careful. Be careful with what you choose to decide your life is going to be. Be careful with what you say you want, because these next 30 days will reveal the path to get there. The people will be brought into your life. And so choose wisely. You've got a weekend to make some decisions. You've got basically 48 hours to decide who you want to be and how you want your life to be. And then we're going to commit and we're going to take the challenge and we're going to go through and put those people into your life. Hands to the camera if you're excited to live the next 30 days rebuilding the person you want to be. Awesome. I'm excited to be doing it with you. And for everybody who's going to be at Generator Business Bootcamp in Rhode Island at Providence, I'm excited to hang out with you in person. This is a powerful community. We are a powerful tribe. We care about each other. We do things morally, ethically, and legally. And I do want to open it up to questions. So let's give, by the way, let me just say thank you to the team behind the scenes who are doing everything. Darina, the Russian princess. She's been absolutely crushing it, making sure everybody shows up. Let's give her a big round of applause. So thankful for such an amazing spouse and partner. And obviously my quiet, silent business partner, Ron Bowling, who is a part of 8 or 9 other businesses, depending on how many LLCs he creates. We've got a lot going on together, over, I'm going to say $20 to $25 million, depends on how we evaluate this training company. A lot of assets together. And we have a lot of people who rely on us on, whether we show up each day. And he does. He always shows up. And he had some great advice today. It's 4 principles, it's 4 rules. Amy McMurray, and Derek Neal, our Millionaire Path consultants who are having a whole bunch of calls with you guys. Give them a big round of applause. If it wasn't for the systems they're building, the conversations they're building, and having our automations wouldn't allow us to scale this to thousands of people. Right now, we're in this kind of 250 core group of people that we know, we understand you, we know where you're at, who you are by name. And in order to scale what we've done, I've got Amy and Derek working on having conversations with the community so we can identify what automated responses are going to be given to new members, people who are kind of coming into this so that we can reach out and build deeper relationships. The Millionaire Path, man, Millionaire Path, just the coolest tool we've ever put together. You go to yourmillionairepath.com. It's not as pretty as the one that's on Alchemist Nation, but 6 questions and it will identify a path to become a millionaire. It spits out a report and it gives you a path to become a net worth millionaire. These tools would not have existed if it wasn't for the team that we have. So let's give everybody a big round of applause who's working on things. Felly, books all my appointments, amazing, reads all my emails. So our coaches, our millionaire coaches, our celebrity coaches. Terry wrote a book, right? Mike's book is coming out. Mitch Jorsky's got 2 books written. Ryan McDermott's writing his book. We're all going to be at the summit, 100 Millionaire Summit, October 21st to the 23rd. It's going to be epic. Yes, Doreena's texting me now. So what about Mark? Yes, I could list all of my business partners. It would be absolutely insane. But Mark Dozwov, right? He created Alchemist Connect. So the CRM we're using to build all of our systems. Frank Montero, Alchemist Financial, the finance company, so we can finance all of the deals that our community is doing. Alchemist Title, right? The law practice so that we can close all the deals that the community is doing with Mike Shine and Jen's Pens, right? Jen's Pens for ghostwriting services for books and coaches. There's a lot. I'm not going to go through everybody. Here's what I want to do. Let's open it up to questions. This is your chance, your time. Questions on or shares on today's wealth principle, how we can leverage the skills of our competitors or people we want to model or people who we admire. First to unmute gets to go. And here's what I've learned. If you don't have questions, you're not taking enough action. Either you weren't engaged in today's call or you haven't had a life full of experiences. So the first to unmute wins.
I have a question.
Get
So
it.
this is kind of technical. So, you know, I admire a lot of the people on the call here. So I'm seeking out some advice. So I like to travel and, you know, working for yourself, you get to have the flexibility to create the environment and life you want. But sometimes you have to be organized and it can get difficult, you know, trying to have that business work structure with, you know, vacation. How do you balance that? And what's some good ways to prepare yourself when you're going to be traveling for work?
I love that. So depends on how you're traveling. If you travel often, like Dorena and I do travel often, I have to speak in different places across the country. Everything can be done from a laptop. And even my podcast could be run from a laptop. I bring very small equipment and that helps, but everything is on the internet now. I don't carry books. I don't carry anything like Terry mentioned earlier today, Evernote. I use Alchemist Nation heavily. Any idea that I want to put out there, I actually have my own circle in Alchemist Nation. I can just store ideas, information, things. Then Evernote is everything else. If it's about an event, I have it in Evernote. If it's about even my physical health while I'm traveling, I find who here's had a hard time traveling and eating healthy? Anybody, am I the only one who, like, when I travel, it's like, where are all the healthy options? And why am I like, I saw the healthy option, I went for the unhealthy option. Like, I don't know what that is. But systems, just having some good systems. And Amy, having it, to me, I think the biggest thing is communication with your partner and the people you're traveling with, so that they know like you need this time and not to schedule things outside of that. Go ahead, Dorena.
Yes, Amy, amazing question, because it's almost a question I would ask everyone. And it is a little bit of a challenge. People think, oh, I'm going to just work from home or with my laptop and travel across the world. And my piece of advice is just stay focused on, you know, why you're going somewhere, because there will be so many things to distract you. Because knowing you, Amy, you're an explorer just like I am. I'll be like, oh, let's go see places. And then your work and your focus and your dedication to your cause could fade away a little bit because you just want to explore. That's the nature. Just know that you can always block some time on the calendar. And Lady Monica also mentioned that. Block some time on the calendar, so no matter where you are, you can get the work done and accomplish your tasks and then have fun, because places will drag you into let's go do something. So you got to make sure you just stay a little bit focused. Always remember why you're going there. Always remember, like, okay, what's the most priority on your plate? Yeah, otherwise you'll be like, ooh. It happened to me, that's why I'm saying.
Awesome. Thank you guys. That's very helpful.
I think that to reiterate with what Walter was saying, because we travel quite a bit and we're gone for like weeks, 2-3 weeks at a time. A lot of people set up, and I seen this a lot when I was working with people in recovery. They set up routines that or not routines, but rituals that this is the way that I have to do my day. Otherwise, my day is going to be shit. And the problem with that is you lock yourself into a rigid program that you have to be in. Now, you notice the words I use: rigid, have to. It's very, very confining. And so I have routines that I do, but my routine is irrespective of my place. I use my calendar to be a grounding block, right? I have my laptop that has everything that my desktop has, and like it's online, it's on the cloud. Thank God for the cloud, it makes everything easier. When you realize that you're not bound by a place, you can go anywhere and do anything. Is it easier and more comfortable to do it at my desk? Yeah. But there's nothing that I have to do at my desk that I cannot do on a laptop, that I cannot do in my car if I need to. I cannot do on the airplane. We've even attended Zoom meetings in the plane, and you just buy the internet and do the Zoom meeting. It's not as good, but you can do these things. And so you're only limited by what ritual you decide you need to have. And rituals are different than habits, and habits are different than routines. But when we start to realize that when we have routines that aren't connected to have-tos, you can actually have a lot more freedom.
I love that. Let's give Amy a round of applause. Great question. Great answers. I see a lot of really cool people on the call now. So let's open it up. What
Do you
questions
mind
do you
if
have?
I put my 2 cents in, Walter?
Go ahead, Stephen.
So we all have that laundry list that we've got to do every day. And here's the thing that people don't realize most of the time. The laundry list isn't there for you to do. The laundry list is there for you to stay focused on where you're going. So if you have 20 things on your laundry list and you get 2 done, 5 done, 10 done, 15, that's a great day because you're moving forward to your objective. That's what the laundry list is for. So we get caught up on, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, but you're still moving forward, and forward motion is on all of my electronic devices. That's the only thing that I pay attention to. Am I moving forward, right? So don't get too down on yourself when you're out there and you didn't get it all done. Nobody usually gets it all done. And if they do, put more on your plate then, I guess. I don't know. But no, as a TMV guy, take more vacations. I would definitely say no. Actually, I'll quote Jim Rohn on this. Jim Rohn says, when you're at work, you work. When you're at the beach, you're at the beach. So if 5 o'clock happens and you're not done, you don't go to 5:01 or 5:30 or 6 o'clock, because see, now you're disrespecting that time for your family or your friends or your recovery time. So you've got to go ahead and just stop. And that what that does is when 8 o'clock in the morning happens, you kick yourself in the butt. You say, I got to work twice as hard now. And you don't look at the cat videos. You don't take the call from the wife or the husband or whatever, so yeah, so you work when you work, and then you play when you play, and the two never mix. Now, when you're on vacation, that straight vacation, that's one thing. When you're on I hate work vacations, but if like Terry, you're up 3 weeks, okay, look, there's times when he works, and I guarantee you, him and the missus actually have some fun time there too. But see, it's planned out, and I'll just finish this with, if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't get done anyway. So.
Truth. Let's give Stephen Beaver a round of applause. He actually just donated a course called Skinny Avatars, Fat Wallets on Alchemist Nation. So you got to go check out that course. In fact, for the 30-day challenge, actually, Stephen, you and I got to talk, because I think one of the first days we are going to be talking about avatars, because you got to understand who you're looking to attract. Hands to the camera if you'd like to get a really good understanding of who you want to attract, the 100 people you want to attract to your life. Okay. So I may have Stephen come in and teach that one for us. Michael Shine, I see your hand up, brother.
So take a longer view about this traveling stuff. I think it's appropriately that I'm writing a book about partnerships, because I've set up my life so that I have amazing partners, and they handle the heavy lifting when it comes to all the real estate deals I'm involved in. They're doing the stuff that obviously we talk a lot, but they're doing the heavy lifting. And then as it relates to my law business, I have amazing paralegals who crush it, and so I hired great people. And so when I go on vacation, there's not much for me to take. I mean, I even debate about whether to take the laptop. Usually it's just the phone and I'm free. So Amy, I mean, you're basically living with the king of delegation right now. So nothing gets past Walter without being delegated before the sentence is done. So learn from the master. You find the right people, whether that's a VA or hiring people, and then you'll have amazing vacations where you can just chillax. So that's my 2 cents.
Let's give Mike Shine a round of applause. And to that point, leverage this 30-day challenge to surround yourself with people who want to do things that you don't want to do. There's many things. We have so many volunteers, and I'm so blessed and so thankful for the community leaders and the volunteers and the mentors and the coaches in Alchemist Nation, many of which we don't pay up front. They're paid for. They make money on the back end of something else, or even Alchemist Ladies. Alchemist Ladies, I didn't build. It was something it was on my heart. I knew I wanted to help, women. And then Kim Possible just comes out of nowhere and creates it. And then Dorina gets the logo, and then Kim Rodriguez is supporting, and they're becoming this powerful team of powerful women in Alchemist Nation that I never had the time to go and build. I wasn't even born the right gender to go and do it. Right. So beyond you, like, you can get so much done while you're traveling or while you're building your business just by sharing where you're going, sharing your heart, sharing your intentions, and sharing skills and resources, and giving people room to come into your life, into your organization. This next 100 days, right? Maybe you will inspire a community to come around you and help build what you're looking to build. There's a lot of opportunity in other people. Go ahead, Mitch. I'm looking for the rap quote. I'm really hoping that's something from the 90s.
I literally got to leave in 120 seconds. So it's like, if he wants that rap quote, it's got to happen now. So really, I want to circle back to today's wealth principle, right? So, study the people and businesses that are performing, the way that you want to perform, your business, right? So it's kind of like, imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? So don't reinvent the wheel. So, I mean, to quote one of the greatest rappers ever, Nas, he once said, "No idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done." So just literally imitate people that are crushing it the way you want to crush it. And anyone that's in the room right now, you have the ultimate opportunity, because for the next, whatever it is, 10, 15, 20 minutes, if there's anyone that is in any of these little boxes you see that is doing something that you want to do and you want to know how they do it, unmute your mic, ask the damn question. Like, this is your moment. I mean, we're not going to stumble into an Eminem song, but I mean, are you going to capture it? Don't let the moment slip away. So, and how often do you get to be in a room with people, with this, just Zooms are great, right? Access to people, right? How often do you get to be in a room with people every single Saturday morning where you just got to get in front of your computer, right? So you got no excuse. So take your opportunity, ask your questions. If there's someone in this room that's doing what you want to do, obviously there's a bunch of millionaires in the room. So if that's your goal, if you want to be one of the next 100 millionaires, I mean, step up, ask that question and seize the opportunity. So, and on that note, y'all have an awesome weekend.
Let's give Mitch Jaworski, the Scaredy Cat Guide to knowing what the heck Bitcoin is, the Scaredy Cat Guide to real estate investing, wrote those books. Let's give him a big round of applause. Awesome. Love you, brother.
Thank you.
I do love the rap quotes. What else? We got opportunities. I see you, Jamie first, Eric, and then you're up next, brother. Absolutely.
Hi, thank you. So today's wealth principle was everything that I had been doing for the last 3 weeks. So this was just incredible to be on this call today. The question that I do have, though, is in one of the 7 steps. You say to go to the industry seminars, conferences, and expos. Is that related to the type of work that you're doing, or going to where you're looking to build referral partners, or going to where your ideal avatar client is going to be? If you can just elaborate on that a bit.
Jamie, it would be all of the above. All of the above.
I was going to say the simple answer is yes.
The simplest answer. So I go to 10X, one, to see how Grant Cardone's running his stage. I go to ClickFunnels, Funnel Hackers, to see how Russell Brunson is running his stage. So one, I'm watching the entire event, how they operate. 2, I'm going because every person in that room is potentially a client or potentially a partner because they're all business owners. Many of them will be coaches, they'll be speakers, many of them will be real estate investors, many of them will be real estate agents. So those are people that I compete with, but they're also people I can collaborate with. So I'm looking for them. And then there's a lot of people in the room who are private money lenders. They're just crushing it in their businesses and they have too much money and they'd love to invest in real estate. So I could be looking for lenders. I could be looking for clients. There's so many people who are just new to these champions, and they're looking for, you know, a little bit more hands-on approach. They're looking for what we do in the mentorship. And so I may be looking for clients on the education side. The idea, Jamie, is just go with an open heart and see who you can meet. Now, when I go with Dorina, we go with very strict intentions. And if I'm in 10X, I'm specifically looking for people who would be great for Alchemist Nation because I know they're motivated, they're killers. And I may later on find they're good for something else. But my first thought is, let me just get their contact information. Let me just have a conversation with them and then see where it goes from there. So that is a great way to, when you're in an event, how to operate. How you choose events depends on where you're at in your business. Do you need more clients? Well, choose events where more clients are going to be likely to be at. Do you need more private capital? Well, then choose events where people with high net worth are likely to be at. You know, 10X is a great event for high capital. The 100 Millionaire Summit is a great event for high capital. Anything where a financial planner is talking about tax strategies for the rich or how the rich invest, anything like a syndicator who's running events, they're going to be in a room full of high capital. So a lot of opportunities based on, like, the event you go is based on your desire, your demand in your life, your business. And we're going to that's part of the 30-day challenge. So this next 30 days, we're going to be talking about first, who is your avatar? Who do you want to hang around with? And if you're single, by the way, 100 potential relationships, who you're looking for and where they hang out.
One of the things that I think about with this question is a lot of people end up in scarcity and they don't know they're in scarcity, but they think about competition. And I had that ailment, and at times I still do fall into that, oh no, competition. But probably about a year and a half back, I ran into probably my biggest competition, and now I affiliate with them. And so if you think about the idea that there is really no competition, you got to go from a faith base instead of a fear base. And this is not positive thinking. I'm going to be talking about this at the boot camp as well. Is that positive thinking is like a boy whistling in the dark. You know, I'm not scared. Positive thinking is really keeping ourselves out of the negative thinking. And so it really doesn't work. But when you're from a faith base, knowing that things are going to work out for you, as long as you're taking the next right action, you can go and connect with anybody. And there's going to be people who are going to connect with you. There's going to be people who need what you have. There's going to be people that can't afford your competition, or they don't really gel with them. And so competition doesn't matter as much to the other people that you're serving as much as it does to your ego. And so when you start going, wait a minute, where can I go? Who can I go to? What can I do to connect? Connect with everybody. If you're going out and being a vessel, then you're going to have no problem. But if you're sitting there thinking about who's going to take from you, you're going to have all kinds of problems. And so trade shows, different seminars, my boot camp, Gwalter's million dollar summit. It doesn't matter where you go. It matters the intention that you go with to add to without taking away. And when you go into a place thinking about how I can add to, and it's not just add value because that doesn't mean anything, but add your perspective, add your expertise, add your take on things, add your point of view, then people are going to resonate with you. Going adding value doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, I got a remote control here that could be valuable to somebody. That doesn't make any sense. But what is it that you've had experience-wise that you can bring to the table, that you can share with people? And it may sound exactly like somebody else. But say Mike Shine is listening to Gwalter say something, and it's resonating, but not really. And then I say the very same thing in maybe a different way or a different inflection. And he goes, oh my God, I get it. That is the idea.
Oh my God, I get it.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
That's how it works. And so we can say the same things, even the same way, and inflection is going to change. That's one of the reasons that Walter and I work well together. That's one of the reasons that I work well with a lot of people, because I say the same things, but I put different inflections. I have a different point of view, but more than anything, I have a faith that the people who resonate with me are going to resonate with me. And so we're going to be talking about that a lot at the boot camp. How we connect with other people is the most important thing. How we become vulnerable and open to the opportunities is how your business grows. And so if you haven't, I'm going to say this one last thing and end this piece anyway. If you are thinking that you're going to the boot camp and you're not sure if you're registered, make sure you register. Make sure Dorena knows you're going, because we need to know the numbers. We got a couple of special things planned, and we need to know the numbers of who's going to attend, because if you're not on the list and you show up, you'll be more than welcome to be there, but you won't be able to participate in some of the activities. So show up, but register and make sure you're registered.
Do you see how Terry used the word need? That was done intentionally. Let's give Dr. Terry Wager a round of applause. Awesome. I love it. These are great questions. This has gone on for a little while. I know Eric put his hand up, so I am gonna take Eric. Now, bro, of course. Yes, you deserve it. Eric, I'll mute that mic. We want a hair.
Man, I'm just excited, really, truth be told. I don't have a whole lot of questions, man. Just heard some of the input. Really, the questions that I had were already answered. I'm just looking forward to being a part of what's going on, man, and just glad to be here. And I mean, hey, wish this was popping about 10 years ago, but that's okay, because as the saying goes, when the student is prepared, the teacher comes forward. So, hey, just looking at it, and I'm gonna give it all I got, and mission accepted, brother. Glad to be here.
Let's give Eric a round of applause. Eric's been traveling with us for a little while now. He's diving in. It's just so cool. Like, again, at another event, I was at a mastermind. I connect with Eric. Eric finds his way over to the 52 weeks, and now he's just crushing it, just taking action, taking names. Let's give everybody on this call a big round of applause. Each one of you has big goals. There are people out there who may not believe in your goals. They may not believe in you. They may not believe that it's possible for you. The only person that matters is you. The only person that matters when it comes to whether you're going to get up in the morning, whether you're going to take the actions, whether you're going to take the commitment, is you. If you want to move forward in your life, you have to stop worrying about what other people think and start focusing on what you deserve, on where you're going. And if other people don't want to come with you, cool, let them go. They're like anchors holding you back. It's okay to let some souls go to make room for new souls, for new people who can pull you forward. You will go to where you reach up to. You will go to where the people you're spending the most time with already are. If you're not changing those people, you're not changing. When I used to work out in the gym with the bodybuilders, the biggest guys in Fall River, they had this saying, change or remain the same. And in the gym, remain the same is not a freaking option. And I want you to look at your life that way too. There is always more happiness you can give somebody that you can give yourself. There is always better health that you can reach and attain, because every day you have the choice of being in the best health or being mediocre or doing something damaging to your life. Every day your business, you have a decision to make in your business. Every day you have that with your relationship with your spouse. Are you going to make it a little better? Or are you going to add a little more value to it with your business partners? You have that choice every single day to improve, to be constantly just a little bit better. Don't let anybody else hold you down. There is no, oh, well, they said I couldn't. Come on now. No, nobody controls you. You control your destiny. You're the captain of your ship. And by the way, for all of our mastermind members, yes, we will be meeting today at 12 o'clock. So grab some lunch, go connect your thoughts, and come back with your one big question. How do I make $1 million this month? And we will be answering that question. We'll be sharing with each other and deep diving into it. Michael Shine, I see your hand up, brother. Go ahead. Let's give Eric a big round of applause, by the way. I love his energy.
Yeah, that's actually who I want to talk about. I met Eric recently as well. And I'm not trying to take credit. It was more Gualta than me, but I really emphasized that Eric should come to this group. And I think the reason that I say that is that I've been in other groups. I've been with other teachers and things like that. But this is a community. I mean, you're all my friends, and it's a blessed place to be. So when Eric was having questions, I'm like, come to Alchemist Nation. I mean, everybody knows me, and we're all part of a whole community. And I just love this community, and that's the reason I bring people in it. So if you're new here, hang out and just keep coming.
I love
Especially
that. Thank
Eric.
you, Mike.
Yep.
Thank you. And I see so many of my friends on here, and you know what I see that's interesting? People are changing their shirts. I'm seeing like Mission of Millions pop up, names on deeds popping up. I see, yeah, there it is. I see the camera go off and the shirt go on. So cool. I love how the community is getting this together. In fact, Luba's on the call. She's been working on the Shopify store, so we're gonna have more options. It should be faster service, better for everybody, better quality. Coming soon, we're going to be releasing the Alchemist Nation store, so you can have things like names on deeds. The point is not to work, it's to generate income. Coming soon, I've been talking to Doreen about getting a recession-proof shirt, because there is nothing more exciting to me than walking around with a shirt that says recession-proof, because I already know the attention I get. What is it?
It's coming to you on Monday.
Oh, see that? Manifested. I just manifested something. So like, and then the 100 Millionaire shirt with the new logo, the infinity sign, because we just keep growing and building each other. It's 100 Millionaires inspired to build 100 Millionaires. Just a really cool group. And there was something that somebody mentioned, the word value add. And I want to emphasize, because Terry said your skills, your technical skills, your abilities, the things that you can do. Sometimes your smile is the only value add that is needed for somebody to decide they want to work with you. Sometimes listening to somebody and their challenge or their problem, or letting their ego come out and say, hey, I do this in my business, I'm the best at this, giving them that moment to share who they are and what they are, could be the only value add that person is looking for in their life at that moment. And that could be what locks down the relationship. So don't try to overdo it. Sometimes just being a decent human being and listening to somebody, or smiling, or getting the door for somebody, or picking something up off the floor for somebody. These little things. My mentor, I bought him a cigar, right? That was the value add. We had nothing. I can't value add him. He's got all the real estate, he's got all the knowledge, but I grabbed him a cigar. Hence, Cameron, if you recognize, you are a hugely valuable human being with so much potential. And there are so many people who are starved of those valuable people in their lives who will listen to them, who will share their desires, listen to their desires and say, you know what? I don't know if I can help you in any way, but it's now in my head and I'm going to think about it. And then text them a week later. Like, give me your phone number, because if I do come up with something, I want to be able to support you. Is that okay? Hence, if you know you're a tremendously valuable person, you have tools, you have resources. Hell yeah, give yourselves a big round of applause. I see Joy. I see your hand up, Joy, and then Stephen, I saw yours, brother. Go ahead, Joy. And then Stephen, the reason I chose Joy first because she had it up earlier. So
sorry, I was driving, so I didn't want to keep the camera on because I couldn't focus.
Thank you. Safety first.
So I wasn't ignoring you guys. Yeah, so I wanted to ask you for the 100 Millionaire seminar. I'm going to be in Vietnam during that time in October for some work. And so are you going to be doing it on a Zoom, or how would I be able to attend to that?
Very interesting question. So what Doreen and I are contemplating, because the technology to do it is possible. We just have to bring on 2 extra guys to do that, and figure out where they're going to be staffed at and how they're going to hang. But I may do something like that.
Okay, is it going to be full day for how many days kind of thing?
Is 3 full days. And when I say full days, we're talking 8 o'clock in the morning to midnight for the first 2 days.
All
and
right.
then the last day is 8 in the morning till 5 o'clock. And then
Wow.
Hot Tub
Okay,
Business
so-
Plan goes till the end of the night, whenever people want to hang out.
Yeah. So that would be complete dedication on my part, because it's a 12-hour.
Joy, it's no joke. It's complete dedication on our part too.
I would love to join somehow. So yeah, that's
we may
something that
do the live
I'm
streams in
debating on.
between. We may not live stream everything, Joy, but we may do a few live streams here and there to keep you kind of aware of what's going on and give you some opportunities.
Okay. Another question.
It won't be the same effect as in person.
I know. it's something that I see a lot of value, but I'm wondering how am I able to work it out?
No,
What
you're
is
in
the
Vietnam.
actual
It's a 20-hour flight. You're serving in a big way, Joy. Like, we get it.
date? What is the actual dates?
That is October 21st to the 23rd. It's
21.
Orlando at the Florida Hotel.
In Orlando, okay.
VIPs, you know who you are. VIPs are coming in on the 20th because we have a special day planned for the VIPs.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Can I ask one more question?
Of course.
Okay, so I was wondering, like, with the type of work that I'm doing and trying to brand myself on when you're branding, you want to brand yourself personal level and also on a business level. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I separate my branding in that way? Because with the work that I'm doing, where it's nonprofit, people see me as the person to go for anything in regards to the NGO nonprofit work, but I'm trying to build my real estate brand also, but I don't really know how I build the two separate like that.
That's a great question. Hands to camera if you've ever wondered, should my business be personal and separate and put things together like that? Awesome. So she runs a non-for-profit, and then she's also a real estate investor. Hands to the camera if you have a charity that you donate your money and time to. Hey, am I real estate investors? Awesome. Excellent. So I would 100% say that you're a real estate investor who loves supporting charity. Make it who you are. Combine the two worlds. Make it, I'm about serving and helping. Your charity could be your big back end. It could be most of what you're talking about all the time. But when you're speaking with investors, and your title should say you're a real estate investor, right? If you look at it that way, what you do for a living is you're a real estate investor. But what you do for your life is you run this not-for-profit, so that people who are looking for you professionally, they can find you. But people who are just coming onto your page, they realize you got a big heart, and they may want to be able to, join your cause, your mission.
So
Does that make sense?
I may have a different take, but I don't have enough information to have that take. So can I ask you, what is your position at the nonprofit?
Yeah, I'm actually co-founder with my mom in organization called Aid for Kids. So what I do is support children and families, disadvantaged families over in Vietnam, to support and better their lives there by education and health.
Okay. And so what's the cash flow of your nonprofit? Are you guys making a lot of money right now?
No, we don't make money. I mean, our admin is like 1%, and it's more my time added into maintaining the program, especially since I've moved back to the US. I was over in Vietnam for 26 years, and I, dedicated my whole life over there building humanitarian aid programs. But now I've come back and I've kind of reinvented myself, trying to maintain the program over there, doing real estate on this side.
I might suggest that you jump on a call with Dr. Terry Wager. I think
I
this
think
is
that's
definitely
a
a deeper one.
I think that's a great idea, because when people get stuck in, am I a nonprofit or do I have this other business, and they try to do both, what they end up doing is they don't pay enough attention to their business, and their nonprofit is more of a heart-based thing instead of a money generating thing. And the reality is every nonprofit there is still a business. It's just they have to have 0 books at the end of the year. And what they do is they think they can't make money, but they have to make money in order to be able to run all of those programs. Understanding how to actually make that a business is probably a good idea.
Yes, and that's where I'm struggling at, trying to figure out how to build it to like a business, running it that way. But being able to have it sustainable. So that's kind of my struggle right now.
Awesome. Definitely, Terry, can you just schedule a call with Joy? Make sure she's all set.
There's my link. Go ahead and schedule a call.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's give Joy a
Thank
round
you.
of applause. She's in Tampa. She's invested in real estate down here with us.
Yes.
Crushing it. And we're gonna jump off of this call right after Steven shares his piece. And I do see Bianca's on here, Lou's on here, Andrew, Anilla, Blake, Lois, Lee, Luba, Melanie. I saw you sneak in, Melanie. I've been watching your eyes, keeping an eye on if you're paying attention. Roland's in here, Nancy, John. I appreciate each and every one of you for jumping in. You might have not jumped in as early as the early crew, but I saw you come in later on. So thank you for hanging with us. I love the comments on alchemistnation.com. I love the questions. I love the shares. I love the articles. We opened it up. So I'm not the only one who can write articles now. Every one of you has the ability to turn that into a personal blog or share, skills, resources, things that are working. So thank you for all the shares. And I got before we jump into Steven's question, I got an idea. Go and pull out your phone as soon as this call is over. Pull out your phone, turn the camera towards you, smile, and then share one tip about Wealth Principle 26, about why you should model successful people, businesses that are already doing what you want to be doing, and just send it. Don't watch it. Don't review it. Just put it out into the ether, put it out into TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. But because I know each one of you has a stronger following on Facebook and you got family on there, send it out there. Just put it and see who responds. See what they say. You'll know, am I hanging out with this person in the future or am I not? And I find some tribe or did I not? And be willing to put that out in a place where people are going to see it. Go to the next level, drop it into a group. But go and take a Facebook Live, share your take of it. Right? Share your perspective and remember to kind of tie that into why somebody might want to hang out with you. Remember, you do things morally, ethically, legally. You can pepper that into your little 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute live and just speak from the heart. Share. And if you've never done a Facebook Live before, then do a Facebook Live for the first time with us today. Pull out your phone, do it, and see what happens. Stephen Beaver, you're up, brother.
Oh, right on. So I'm going to do a little bit of stuff on your side of the fence here. So Walter said some stuff earlier. Well, he says a lot of stuff earlier that's right. So now the question is, which one? Okay, we got to talk about. So I'm going to say the reason that I'm here, Walter is not my avatar, okay? But Walter and he fits inside my avatar. We'll talk about that later. But here's what it is that Walter has. I told him when we met, I said, dude, you're doing the stuff that I've been talking about doing. I've got all the stuff prepared, but you're doing it. You're more successful than me. And I've been doing this a lot longer. So I can either swallow my pride and I can say, damn, I need to follow this guy and learn from the master, right? Or I can keep doing what I'm doing. So we were talking about also, and that's just me being vulnerable, but we were talking about abundancy and scarcity mindset. And then we started talking about competition. I want to change it just a little bit. Who or what is your biggest bottleneck? You don't have to answer. I'll give it to you. For me, it's me. I'm the biggest bottleneck. Okay. And look, you can either look in the mirror or you can look out the window. And all my kids can say this. Look, if there's a problem, 99% of the time you need to look in the mirror because that's where you're going to fix it. Now that other 1%, you're just kidding yourself. Okay. Look in the mirror again. Right. So you just don't know what you don't know. Right. And so that's why I'm here. I think that's why most of us are here. And even people that are high on the food chain that have learned from Walter or came in like Dr. Terry and people, maybe their growth and my growth is going to be exponential because Walter's teaching me and I'm learning stuff. Okay. But Walter's growth, Dr. Terry's growth, they're not looking for that. They're not going to grow 50%. If they grow 0.5%, they're like freaking going crazy, right? I mean, you're like, oh my God, you don't understand. And we're going, but that's just a little thing. You don't, no, to them, but that's the thing. And I think everybody here has that learning mindset. And that's one of the number one things that you've got to just keep that mind open. And you got to realize you don't know what you don't know, and that you and me are the biggest bottlenecks to our success, period. And so once you get that in there and you start going, you know what, I just want to learn. My biggest fear is that one of my clients will ask me a question that I can't answer and I don't have the resources to find. That's why I'm always continuously learning, right? So anyway, I think that I just wanted to change that around a little bit and talk about the bottleneck, the elephant in the room. Put that elephant in that bottleneck. Hey,
Let's give Stephen
pretty good visual.
Let's give Stephen Beaver a big round of applause. Very helpful. He's, like I said, I met him at an event 2 weeks ago. Rock Your Life was for coaches, speakers, trainers, and he just within a week he was like, I'm putting a course on your platform. I'll make sure Alchemist Nation has the best course ever. If there's anything you need, like change it. He's been adding steps to it, adding extra free lessons. So I love seeing a coach go in and add additional components to what they've already built. Super helpful, brother. Thank you so much. And I love your dedication to building millionaires, to supporting others. For everybody on the call, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our whole lives ahead of us. Today is the day. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next month. Don't wait for next year. Today is the day to make the change that changes the rest of your life. If it's a decision, decide. If it's an action, take it. If it's a person, have the conversation. But today is the day. We've got today and we've got opportunity. Those little changes that Stephen was just talking about, they happen up here. Once you've decided, nothing can stop a committed person. Napoleon Hill talks about the burning desire. That burning desire you must have in Think and Grow Rich. It is the compelling force that will move you forward in everything that you're looking to do. Yes, the problem is here, but so is the solution. Right? You know, we understand that this may be the enemy, but it's also the only tool we were given, the most powerful tool, the only tool we need is the ability to control our own mind and direct it in the directions that we want it to go in. If we find our mind's not moving in the right direction, we can adjust. Every Saturday, we come in, we discuss one new wealth principle because the wealth principles are how we move forward. But we do it together because the community, it's the energy, it's the resourcefulness. And these Q&A sessions, I think, are our best session out of everything that we do. It's the ability to be able to listen to others, for somebody to be vulnerable, to ask questions or to make shares. So I want to give each and every one of you a big round of applause for hanging out with us, for being here with us. If it wasn't for you, Alchemist Nation would just be an idea. It would just be a thing. Many of you, if you were part of the naming of it, if it wasn't for you, Names on Deeds would have never become a shirt or a book. It just used to be a thing I said. Names on Deeds. There it is. Victor Lopez. Look at him go.
It starts with a visionary, baby.
It's all about the vision, but man, a vision is nothing without the implementation. So I'm so thankful for everybody who's picked something up, everybody who's done something, everybody who's made a suggestion that they then picked up and implemented, for my business partners, for my team, for all the coaches, the mentors. Thank you. Let's give them a big round of applause. They donate a lot of hours to this cause, and they deserve every dollar that comes to them. Cheers to your success. When you have a choice, always work with the best.
The best.
I'll see you guys next week.
The best.
Hi, everybody.
Like Doug says. Later, Mike. Like Doug says, the blessed.
The blast.
Yo.
Thank you.